I'm Peter Madruga, President of Habersham Education and Research. The mission of our organization is to preserve the rich history of Habersham County. History dies when we stop talking about it, which is why all of our projects focus on keeping the history conversation going. A large part of what we do centers around extensive research, usually through newspapers, which date back 100 years or more. We are routinely approached by individuals, municipalities, civic organizations, and businesses for help in finding information on family history, historic places, and events that took place in Habersham County. Before launching Digitize Habersham, there were no online archives whatsoever for Habersham County. Doing research meant driving to the public library and poring through bound newspapers and microfilm to find information. These resources are not indexed in any other way than by date, so unless we knew when something happened, it was a very time-consuming process to find an article. To make matters worse, these resources are quite old and in deteriorating condition, and the pages often crumble when they're touched. For newspapers on microfilm, the film is sometimes scratched and cloudy. It takes a very long time to read the pages because the microfilm reader is connected to an outdated computer, and the equipment is out of service at times. Another challenge is that the library has limited hours. Most volunteers who help with research have full-time jobs, which leaves very limited time after work to spend at the library. The same problem holds true for courthouse records. There had to be a better way. That's when Digitize Habersham was born. The primary goal for Digitize Habersham is to preserve these deteriorating resources before it's too late. In fact, it feels like a race against time. The secondary goal was to create a searchable, online archive that hosts historic newspapers published in Habersham County, dating as far back as the 1850s through the 1950s. This online archive is available 24 hours a day at no cost to the user. Believe it or not, this project was started by visiting the library and taking photos of newspaper pages with an iPhone. The images were then manually digitized and the metadata and images were uploaded to the internet. It didn't take long to realize that this process would be my life's work, but it served as a good proof of concept. As good fortune would have it, during a meeting with the Digital Library of Georgia, we learned that UGA already had Habersham County newspapers stored on microfilm reels. The Digital Newspaper Project sold us copies of the microfilm reels. Those reels were then sent to a still image digitization service, the same one used by the University of Georgia. The company digitized the newspapers, then stored the images on external hard drives and mailed those to us. The final step was to make those images searchable. We developed custom software to process the files and also build a website and a search engine so that users could easily search for information using keywords. Developing this technology in-house saved our organization several $1,000s. Newspapers were a good start, but we realized that Digitize Habersham could archive so much more. We have already started the process to archive city meeting minutes, historic photos, and books, and future plans include digitizing other public documents, memoirs, deeds, and even links to videos and audio recordings. In order for Digitize Habersham to be a success, it takes a village. Copyright law allows newspapers to be made available to the public up through 1928. So we worked with the Northeast Georgian to provide newspapers through 1957. We hope that in the future, this can be extended to newspapers through 2007. We also partnered with the cities of Cornelia, Demorest, and Mount Airy to add city meeting minutes, as well as the Habersham County Courthouse to include deeds. Currently, Digitize Habersham has raised $16,000 of its $50,000 goal. There are 20,000 pages already digitized, with another 100,000 pages remaining to be digitized. Habersham Education and Research is deeply committed to the preservation of Habersham history through our documentaries, podcasts, and online search capabilities. With the launch of Digitize Habersham project, we feel like important historical resources will be protected and available for generations to come.